If Travis Hunter spent $14.99 on a copy of Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, it could save him millions of dollars in the future.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Give in to temptation and pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and e-readers today.
Coach Deion Sanders is trying to give some man advice to one of the players who plays on his Colorado Buffaloes team, wide receiver and cornerback Travis Hunter. Now, the 21-year-old player, Travis Hunter, is making plans for his future with his girlfriend of 2 years, Liana Lene, a 23-year-old woman, and wants to marry Liana Lene in 2025. Now, Liana Lene really didn't have much interest in Travis Hunter and really wasn't into him according to her own words, and the only reason why she basically started to get into Travis Hunter basically was because she started to see that he was on the road to becoming a top prospect as related to his performance on the football field, and started to see that he was on the road to possibly being a Heisman Trophy winner and on the road to possibly being drafted in the NFL. And with Travis Hunter getting a lot of success on the football field, this is where Liana Lene started to become interested in him and decided to finally want to be his girlfriend after saying that she wasn't into him. And this has Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, extremely concerned because he's basically been through this himself being a baseball player and an NFL player, and and when he looks at this whole situation with Travis Hunter, he's seeing that this woman, Liana Lene, who is 2 years older than Travis Hunter, is looking like a gold digger, and he's advising this young man to go out here and lock down a prenup before he winds up getting married to this woman. Now, when I take a critical look at Travis Hunter, he's definitely looking like a simp, like I talk about in my book, Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, and I wish I could have gotten this young man a copy of this book so that he could basically learn how to identify female predators like this, because it's clear to me that he doesn't really understand how things work as related to relationships with women, because he's still stuck in what I call the simp phase that many young men have in adolescence, where many of these young men basically are caught up in the fantasy revolving around a woman that they have feelings for. And because they're caught up in their feelings about the fantasy they've created around the woman that they have infatuated themselves with, they cannot go out here and see the real person objectively. And since they can't see the real person objectively, what happens to these young men is that they get involved with women, not seeing that those women are not looking to help meet their needs, but looking to go out here and look to get a payday at their expense. And that's basically because a young man like Travis Hunter never really had a father in his life or another man to teach him how things work with women. And it's looking to me like Travis Hunter could possibly be one of these guys who grew up in a single mother household. And because he grew up in a single mother household, he basically sees all of these women just like his mother. And that's possibly why he got involved with this 23-year-old woman, because he possibly has mommy issues. And because he has mommy issues, he's thinking that this woman will be just like his mommy, not understanding that when it comes to a mother, a relationship that a son has with a mother is a one-of-a-kind relationship, and no other woman will be like your mother. That's what many of these young men who come from single mother households don't understand. And as they look to submit to this woman in a codependent relationship, what happens is that that woman basically looks to prey on that man and looks to take advantage of him. And that's basically what it looks like to me is happening here with Liana Lene, who has said in the beginning she didn't have any sort of feelings for this dude, and that in and of itself is a red flag for any smart man out here. Whenever a woman goes out here and says that she's not into you, that's where every other man out here will basically charge that woman to the game and keep it moving. And if that woman comes back coming to try to talk to you, that's where you put up the red flags. You put up the red flags because you start to ask the question, okay, why is this woman stepping to me when she told me to step off? And usually when they tell you to step off, it's because they already see a guy they already are into. And the reason why they're coming back to you is because everything fell apart with dude over there. And now she's coming over here because she's run out of options. And she's coming over here because she knows that there's nothing else out there. And that basically shows that this woman has no respect for this man. Again, this is what Travis Hunter isn't really seeing about the picture as related to this relationship. This woman never had any respect for him at all. And right now, she basically is only with him basically because he's somebody who has a higher social status. This is just her hypergamy kicking in. And she's only with this guy basically for what he has, not who he is. And again, when a woman says she's not into you and she's coming to you, that's basically her looking to try to get something out of you and use you for a tool. And sadly, what's happening with Travis Hunter, because he's, again, 21 years old, and he's never really experienced a real relationship. He's out here in his feelings because the girl of his dreams is finally paying attention to him. But what he doesn't see is that he's possibly in for an eventual nightmare as related to this relationship with Liana Lene. He's possibly in for a nightmare as related to his future, because if this woman just isn't into you, that means she doesn't have any feelings for you. And if she doesn't have any feelings for you, that means she doesn't care about you. And if she doesn't care about you, basically she's just along for the ride for whatever she can get. And as if she's along for the ride for whatever she can get, once you run out of money, that's when she's going to run out on you. If she doesn't go out here and divorce you, that's the fate that can happen to a guy as related to getting involved in a relationship with a woman on the wrong terms. And with Coach Prime basically having gone through this multiple times in his life, what he wants to do is try to advise this young man into going to get a prenup. But what I would look to do as a man is tell him to basically break up with this woman, because this woman is not really into you at all. No, don't even go with the prenup. This woman just cut the relationship and end it because she's not really into you at all. And that's something you have to be able to pick up early on. I mean, even before you even start introducing yourself to a woman, when she goes out here and says, I'm not into you at all, that already tells you, okay, leave that one alone. That's from my experience. You just leave that one alone. If she says she's not into you, she says she's not feeling you, then everything is over, because women are emotional. And if she's not feeling anything and she doesn't have that spark to really feel something about you, then you're just basically wasting your time, and you're the one who's going to be the loser in the future. And you're going to be the one that's the loser in the future, because if she's not feeling you, she's not having any sort of emotional connection to you. And if she doesn't have any sort of emotional connection to you, that means she will not be someone who will look to follow your lead. And if she doesn't want to follow your lead, that means she's not going to respect you. And if she's not going to respect you, then you have no foundation for a relationship on your terms. This is the thing that many simps don't understand. Many simps don't understand that as the man, you are the head, you are the leader, and you are looking for a partner who will help meet your needs, not someone you need to go out here and help. This is what messes up many simps, especially ones from single mother households, who basically project their relationship with their mother onto their girlfriends. And what they want to do is go out here and help that woman the same way they wanted to help their mother, who has had issues with their father. And what they want to do is give that woman that great life that they wanted their mother to have. But what happens is that many of these men wind up extremely disappointed, because what they do is they don't get involved with a woman who's just like their mother. They get involved with a female predator, and that female predator basically doesn't appreciate anything that you do for them, because all they are thinking about is, again, using you as a tool as a stepping stone to elevate their social status, to get with the next man. And as they look to get involved with the next man, they go out here and look to again use you as a launch pad to get the resources that they want. And after they get what they want, they go out here and they'll get kids from you. They'll look to file for a divorce and then use that divorce to go out here and finance their lifestyle with child support and spousal support. And you're the one sitting up there financing a woman as she's going out here getting her back blown out by another dude. And that's the future that basically Coach Prime wants to keep Travis Hunter from winding up in. A future where he will get completely jammed up, a future where he will wind up having to again pay all of this spousal support and child support out of his NFL contract if he were to get one, and he'll be the one living in poverty while this woman lives a lavish lifestyle provided to her by the divorce courts and the family courts. And dude can basically avoid all of this. He is basically at 21 years old again, about to start his life, and what Coach Prime wants to do is keep him from going out here and participating in rash and abrupt actions that can lead to the end of that life and that promising career. I mean, this boy has all the potential in the world, but the whole problem is he can't see that he's his own worst enemy because he's so caught up in his feelings about this 23-year-old woman. This 23-year-old woman who again told him to his face she wasn't into him, and that's when he should have got out of her face. And sadly, because he didn't have another man there to teach him, or a guy, or able to read a book like Stop Simping, he's basically in a place where he's about to be taken, like many simps are. Many simps go out here and they'll be like, oh, I'm so into this girl. She's so in because this is the girl of my dreams and she's finally paying me some attention. Oh, everything is going good, but things aren't going good at all. You're just being misled by a female predator who's looking to prey on you only because of what you have and wants to take away what you have, and even worse, take away your intangibles of manhood like your dignity, your self-respect, your self-worth, and even in some cases, your peace and happiness. That's what this woman wants to take away from this young man and put him in a place of baby mama drama and divorce drama. I mean, this guy basically, again, top prospect, could be a Heisman Trophy winner, could be on his road to having a great NFL career, but it's looking to me like he's basically about to fumble the football as related to the bag, all because he's caught up in his feelings about a girl who has no feelings for him, and sadly he doesn't see what's going on here as related to things. He doesn't understand that if one thing that I learned way back when I was about 15, 16 years old, that once a girl goes out here and says she's not into you or goes out here and openly disrespects you, basically that's when you write that girl off, because again, if she couldn't show you basic respect when you first meet her and she says things like she's not into you, that's when you need to be out. That's when you need to basically, again, put a period at the end of things, because it's that first impression and that first reaction to you that shows you how things will be with this person. If this person can't show you respect from the first meeting, that's going to be your last meeting with that person, and there's no second chances at that point, because this person has already shown you who they are. And once someone shows you who they are, believe them when they show you the first time. Believe them when they show you who they are the first time. If someone shows you no respect as related to things when you first meet that girl, that's when you say, okay, that I'm putting a period at the end of it. I'm leaving this chick where I found her, and I'm going to go deal with someone who actually is into me, because what you want to do is engage the woman who is into you, the woman who has feelings for you, because that's the woman who is going to respect you, and that's the woman you can have a relationship with, because how you start with her is starting on a positive note, and how you start with someone is how you end with that person. And the last thing you want to do is start a relationship with someone who already started showing no respect for you, because it's going to end in disrespect. And basically, Coach Prime is seeing what I'm seeing. This is going to end up in a bad divorce, possibly with this guy being broke, having all of his money taken from him as related to child and spousal support. And this woman is basically digging for gold because she thought, oh, I can go out here and get one because the one I really want don't got nothing, and I'll take the money from this simp Travis Hunter, and again be going out here and scoring with this other dude, spending money on this other dude, because usually chicks like this, when they have no respect for you, they got a dude on the side, and they're basically going to take your money and spend it with the dude on the side. But the smart man will sit there and say, okay, this chick ain't into me, so I'm going to keep my money in my pocket. Moreover, I'm not going to waste any more time with this female. Not going to waste time with this female who just said she isn't into me. And once she says she's not into you, that's when you're, again, I'll repeat it again, because some of these people, some of these simps, again, are dense and they don't really get it. Once somebody says they're not into you, that's when you out. And you don't let them come back. You don't give them a second chance to disrespect you. You take your respect by taking yourself away from that person. And that's basically what I would tell this dude to do. Go even further than Coach Prime, who says lock down a prenup. I say don't marry this woman because, again, you're marrying her on bad terms. And these terms basically will lead to you winding up with a worse situation than you had before. And this is why you got to get out of that simp phase and get out of that whole state of infatuation. Because what happens with a lot of simps is that they get infatuated with this girl based on what they're imagining, and they can't see the real person. They can't see the real person because they've got on rose-colored glasses and can't see who this person is. But when they see who this person is, what sadly happens to a lot of simps is this is where they become misogynist and start talking about B's and H's. That's what happens to these guys. And again, sadly, I don't know what's going to happen here with Travis Hunter, but I can tell you it's not going to go good if he marries this woman. It's not going to go good for Travis Hunter because that's where this guy who was set on the road to becoming a success in the NFL will basically fumble the bag as related to his money and basically fumble the bag, sadly, as related to his life. And I only wish I could have gotten this young man and many others in the NFL and the NBA and Major League Baseball and all these other sports a copy of Stop Simpin', because that book basically could have transformed their lives and kept them from making decisions that could cost them millions of dollars and possibly cost them their intangibles of manhood for the rest of their lives. Now, if you want to learn how to identify female predators and avoid the pitfalls and traps that Travis Hunter currently are about to fall in, you can pick up my book, Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find Stop Simpin', Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And I also offer other books in the Simp series, such as Stop Simpin' in the Workplace, which will teach you how to identify predators at work that will keep you from being able to actualize your potential with your career, and Stop Simpin' in Cyberspace, which will teach you how to identify online predators like e-girls and many other predators who look to prey on men who are desperate to look at women online. And also I offer other men's issues books like The Man Crisis and The Woman Crisis, and books like Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. And all of these books have basically transformed men's lives and helped them break out of a paradigm that could lead to them, again, winding up miserable in the company of a toxic woman or a toxic work situation or a toxic online situation. And you can find all these books online in paperback and Kindle format. And you can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos about men's issues, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes' Illuminati, the man who rules the world, takes on the head of the global elite in this all-new action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' Illuminati in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business,
The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes taking care of business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.